Who was the coach?
It was three coaches that made a big difference in my life. Ramirez Cisnero, that was the first coach that discovered me. Miguel Delis and Ramon was another coach because I started doing foil and then I transitioned to Epee. But those two coaches, they were the one that kind of like made the difference in my life when it comes to fencing. That they kind of like took me from like not knowing anything and teach me almost like how to be a better, not just fencer, but also a better human being.
I started fencing foil, and I fenced foil exclusively for about a year, getting started, and then picked the Epee up, and I was doing both for a little while. And I started working with a coach named Yeisser Vitebsky, who I met at a camp at University of Pennsylvania, and he said, you can work with me, but you got to drop foil. And I said, okay, there you go. I never touched the foil again.
Of course, if you're Cuban, you have to know how to dance.
I've seen videos of him. Yeah, he looks pretty good. I don't know if I'm ready for a dance-off with Yeisser. Maybe he could show me a thing or two, and then I'll try to keep up.
It's part of the culture. The one thing to do to kill time is like having a big speaker on the street, and the whole neighborhood just, it's like a block party. And we do that almost like twice or 3 times a week.
What's your favorite food?
My favorite food? Probably pizza. When I get back from the games, I'll definitely be eating some of that.
Rice and beans and pork, I would say too. I like beef. Absolutely, yep. I would say so.
We cook a lot at home. Try to stay pretty healthy with it. A lot of egg whites and avocado, whole wheat bread. Big pot of boiled veggies, sweet potatoes, broccoli, cauliflower, all that. So been pretty diligent on the diet over the last year. No processed sugar at all.
You have a great coach, Valadar. Is there anything that he's said that you would advise other fencers to do?
Yeah, Aladar is, I would consider him to be the best coach in the world. He's an absolute legend. You can't even count how many Olympians, NCAA champions he's had in his career. And something that we focus on is don't focus on the result. You need to focus on your preparation, and you need to focus on fencing the best that you can. And if you succeed at those two things, the result will come. So it's less about worrying about winning, losing, and more about getting ready to execute what you've been preparing all these years to do. It's about consistent work, and you do consistent work every week for 200 weeks, like you'll be in a good spot.
Is it life and fencing very similar?
It's very similar. I use a lot of the things I learned in life to apply in fencing, and a lot of things I learned in fencing to apply in life. When it comes to making a decision, fencing is like a chess game. Like you could use it and apply in the real life, because once you get under that pressure, you do that all the time because of fencing. You kind of like know how to operate at a high level. So fencing is kind of like very similar.
You're competitive?
Absolutely, you have to be.
You like to lose?
I don't say losing no more. I would say sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. Why is that? Because as long as I'm learning, I'm always winning. That's my mindset.
Can you visualize yourself winning a medal?
I do that every day. I try to replay that on my mind, so when I'm there, I'm not caught by surprise.
So you see yourself winning a medal?
On the podium, yes, sir.
Okay. What do you anticipate the Japanese team to be focused on with regards to the United States?
Yeah, I'm sure they've been watching videos of all three of us for the better part of a year and a half. They're very diligent guys, very clean, technically sound fencers. And I'd expect each of them to have a plan for me, Curtis, and Yeisser. The benefit of the U.S. team is we're all very different fencers. So I'm a lefty, Yeisser's big righty, and like I said, Curtis can't be described, but we all have very different styles. So they will have to prepare for 3 very different fencers. I expect them to have something ready for each of us, but we got something ready for each of them too.
Yeah. Do you ever fence on our radical floor?
Yeah, I've had the opportunity to fence on the radical floor at Columbia University and at the new Fencers Club on 33rd. I love it. I mean, on the radical floor, no part of your brain has to be worried about twisting your ankle. Like, you're completely safe from that perspective. The reels are all inset. You don't have to worry about stepping off the back of the strip and tweaking something. So just injury risk is dropped significantly fencing on that floor.
I love it. I love it. You know, in the offensive club, we didn't have the real strip. So it's always like, it's very unpredictable what's going to happen when you're moving. But with this strip, I don't have to know that. I know that I will not slip. It's not going to be slippery at all.